Hello, citizens of Gates County. I'm Dr. Barry Williams, Superintendent of Gates County Public Schools. I would like to present some information that is extremely important to the future of our county and most importantly to our students of Gates County. I would like to share with you a presentation on the reasons for building a new middle school. Safety. Safety is very important to all of our employees and most definitely our students. Current issues with liability. The Department of Public Instruction connections, alternative education, athletic facilities, and of course, STEM education. In September of last year, the Department of Public Instruction engineers visited Central Middle School and unofficially recommended that the school needed to be replaced. Our current enrollment is 365 students with 48 staff members serving grades 6 through 8. There are 33 classrooms, which include 2 computer labs, a media center, and a gym with no science labs. Our school's deficiencies noted in the visit from the Department of Public Instruction concentrated on the following areas of health, safety, structural, traffic, electrical, maintenance, and instructional. Unfortunately, asbestos is present throughout the building, as well as lead paint, which has been there pre-1978. There are increasing mold occurrences, even being found in single-pane windows. There are unattached tiles, a lack of hot water in the restrooms, and no controlled fresh air exchange. We have a risk of a roof collapse, as well as a wall collapse in the event of wind and heavy snow. In case of a threatening situation, we have multiple external doors with insufficient hardware for locking down. Our satellite classrooms have no security, as well as the dilemma that our antiquated camera and fire alarm systems present us with in case of emergencies. Our structural issues are compounded with the retrofitted I-beams and lintels that are not rated for load in the 7th and 8th grade wings. The heating and cooling systems are insufficient as the GFCI grounding electrical is limited and the current HVAC with a single remote thermostat is at the end of its life cycle. Traffic is also a threat to the safety of our students and staff as we have no queuing lanes, no separation of buses and cars with inadequate parking for athletic events and school programs. Our sidewalks and crosswalks are accessible to cars even while students are in the process of exiting and entering the mobile classrooms. We have exposed electrical panels, insufficient electrical supply, 2 separate services for power, and as well as multiple power meters. Maintenance continues to work with recurring roof leaks and mold abatement. We have limited panic bars that do not meet code. A dysfunctional boiler, along with no modern HVAC systems, create a situation wherein daily monitoring is required. With insufficient climate control and lighting, condemned classrooms and classrooms that are not up to code, as well as lack of science, technology, and career labs, compounded by insufficient ventilation, space, and storage, our teachers and students do not have an environment that is conducive to learning and instructing. We're limited in our ADA restroom compliance, as well as kitchen equipment and ventilation that is not up to code. Because of the number of irresolvable problems that impact the health of students and staff, renovation is just not an option. We have a responsibility to our learning community to provide facilities that are safe, clean, and not a danger to our students and staff. The design and all aspects of the future school will be determined at a future date with input from all concerned parties. The basic data for planning consists of the square footage, location, cost, and construction time. The feasible parts of the old structure will be used to expand programs and an alternative education center. Finance. This financing is a joint project with the Commissioners and the Board of Education. A qualified school construction bond in the amount of $6 million, interest-free, has been obtained from the State Department of Education. If not used, this money will have to be returned back in December of 2016. The proposed 12 cents tax increase to build the new school will result in an annual individual property tax bill increase ranging from $60 a year for property values beginning at $50,000 up to $600 a year for property values at $500,000. Keep in mind, if the vote does not pass, the construction bond will return to the state, and securing one in the future could take years. Borrowing the entire construction cost with interest would cost taxpayers even more. A good example is, let's say for instance you have a $100,000 home. This 12-cent increase will cost a $100,000 assessed landowner $120 a year, which equates to about $10 a month. A new school would cost less than 2 Big Mac meals at McDonald's or 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks. This is all you have to give up to have a new school for our students in Gates County. In conclusion, we want to support our students, maintain our schools, and continue to build a thriving and successful community. So please vote yes for a new middle school. Thank you. I'd like to thank you and encourage you to go out and vote either on October the 20th, which is early voting, or November the 8th, 2016. Thank you.